Let's talk about the here and now. Your show, The Kominsky Method, that's going to start streaming on Netflix starting a week from today. Is this the first television series that you're acting in regularly since the streets of San Francisco?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, and that's what, 45 years ago. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it at all, but the script, agent sent me the script. It was by Chuck Lorre, who I was going back from Sybil to Dharma and Gray, 2.5 Men, and my kids and I and Catherine, my wife, had spent the last 10 years with The Big Bang Theory. It was one of those shows we could all kind of watch together. The guy's a great writer. So I opened up and read it, and it was just great writing. And basically, here was a guy, Chuck was getting a little older himself, who was finding the comedy about getting old, And so I loved it. And then I sort of, not discovered, but realized what's happening in the streaming world. The streaming world has changed everything.
Sure has.
And by that, I mean, all of a sudden, as a mostly a film actor for the last 45 years, you're telling me we can do a half-hour comedy, but it can be 40 minutes long, one episode can be 25 minutes long. We can say anything we want, and there's no commercials. And the thing about separating television from film for so long for actors was, or the rap on a television actor was, well, they see you for free. In a movie, they got to pay to go to the theater, right? So that was the rap for actors, and what separated you. And I started out with Streets of San Francisco, but then as a producer, I got an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
So I'm a Academy Award-winning producer, but I can't get arrested as an actor. So there were movies that I was producing early in my career that I was producing that I was not approved by a studio to act in. Like there was a picture I did that Jeff Bridges ended up. Starman. I was supposed to, wanted to do that, but I wasn't approved.
So they approved Jeff Bridges instead of you?
Yeah, he was a bigger star at that time, right? So anyway, my point is, what's happened now is that this streaming method where they got to pay to see you because it's a membership thing like Netflix and all of that, has allowed actors, producers, writers, all the creative forces who have been limited in the movie end, because all the movies are kind of tentpole pictures like the Marvel movies involved in, but those more independent kind of pictures that don't exist, you can do in the streaming world.
And you play an acting coach.
Play an acting
once
coach
upon a time,
with
famous.
Alan Arkin as my agent.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you'd never worked with him before?
Never worked with him.
No kidding.
Never. We've hit it off. So I'm having a great time. We did eight of them, and really good writing. I saw them, and it's been a nice experience. I've had two things this is my 50th year in showbiz.
No kidding.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. But the fact of doing this kind of television show and then these green screen, I never did any green screen movies before Ant-Man, and that's a whole other trip.
And Danny DeVito's in this as well. So.
Yeah, well, he plays, it's an appropriate part. He plays my urologist.
Appropriate.
Danny gets to give me a great prostate exam in the show.
And you've known each other for quite some time.
1967.
Well, he put it out there as how you guys met for the first time just in the past week.
Did he put it out there?
He did it.
Or he did, okay.
So,
we were always politically correct, when our kids were growing up. It was the 60s.
Where the two of you shared a moment, correct?
A moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, we did. We were sitting there. We were in summer theater together, and and he walked up. And it's hard to remember. Danny DeVito had long hair down to here, and and I was a hippie. I had long hair, and we were at a summer theater, and he walked up to me, and went, "Hi," and I went, "Hi," and he said, "You get high?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." So, and that was that.
And now there's the Kominsky method.
Now there's a Kominsky method. He's my proctologist.
That's right.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.